Okay, I have no idea what that was. You know what? I'm not sure which way I really want to go here. It would probably make sense for me to hold off on finishing this area because I'm only going to come out the entrance anyway. And yeah, I'll just continue going down into the floating catacombs. Or, well, first first off I'll go through the inverted mines. And then after that I'll go through the catacombs. Yeah, and as you can see, that's why you don't, you know, keep a Venus weed alive. They'll still get hit, like, you know, and you're practically a freaking mile away from them. It's, you know, they're definitely some of the more dangerous enemies in the game. And here we have Gaben, or Gaibon. And he's a little bit annoying to hit because I have no range. Although thankfully I can kill him in 2 hits, which isn't bad. Oh my god. And yeah, as you can well, I don't know if these have the exact same stats as the ones that are as the one that you fight as a boss, but you know, even in that form, I mean, they wouldn't be too oh fuck, I should probably get that back. Not that death is, you know, anything other than a total pushover, but you know. And yeah, whenever I talk about death, it's more so because he's right in the next room, I believe, so. So yeah, I mean, I'll keep my axe, but, I mean, death isn't really going to do a whole lot. And as I was mentioning before, I think much earlier in the playthrough, actually, this game kind of continued with, you know, how Rondo would actually, you know, have like what would look like boss characters, and you know, they would be regular enemies. Whereas, like in this game, you know, basically they became like regular enemies, and I'm not sure if Rondo did that or not. I really can't remember. But in either case, I just thought it was always kind of interesting because it's like, you know, it just kind of goes to show how formidable the inverted castle really is supposed to be. And of course, here's Death, and he's changed his clothes. And yeah, this is definitely one of the worst death battles ever. He's just like, there's not really a whole lot to him. I mean, I could have probably taken him out if I just stayed over near him, but I mean, I try to give him maybe a fighting chance so you can kind of see what he does. I mean, not that you probably haven't seen this before, but... And of course there's this, where he just fucking, you know, fucking worst second form of death ever, but... Wow, he actually got hit by him. Imagine that. Although he is a little bit tricky to hit, I suppose. I mean, if you don't have range, but... I mean, if you just do this, I mean, he's gonna get fucking wiped. Yeah, I totally, I'd never hear the end of it if I actually got killed by him, so let's not. Yeah, actually, because I never use my sub-weapons. And yeah, that's one of the, the pieces of Dracula that I need in order to get further in this castle. Well, or get to the end, rather. So, what we'll do here, I'll activate one of the, either the demon card or the Nose Devil card. I'm not even sure if I'm on one of those right now, but let's see if I can pick the right one. Nope. This is probably either the fairy or the sprite, I have a feeling. Yeah, the sprite. Basically, there's nothing, I mean, whether you've played the PSP version or the PlayStation version, or even the Xbox Live version, or no, never mind, the Xbox Live version didn't have it. Basically, whatever version you would have played that had the extra familiars, like the PlayStation version, the original Japanese one definitely had them. But, I mean, they're not that interesting. I mean, obviously, it's like, who's going to understand, the Nose Devil? I mean, it's, obviously nothing that makes sense over in the US, so... Let's take him out. I think there are Venus weeds over here. Or either that or further up. This might be a dead end. Yeah, that's right. But we'll get this real quick. Power of Sire and a life apple. Which, I mean, can come in handy. I mean, again, for anyone who's newer to the game, and I'm not going to rely on it here because it's kind of embarrassing. It's probably even worse than dying, in my opinion. It's just... I'd rather not use the life apples, but yeah, you can just equip one of the... either the fairy or the sprite, and, basically, as long as you've got life apples, you can't die. And it's funny how in this castle, this area is actually a lot less, I mean, I'd say it's a lot less dangerous. I mean, it has more of a, I mean, even compared to the original one, it has a more, like, creepy atmosphere to it, just because it's, pretty much the only thing here is, like, bats and plants for the most part, and it just kind of, I would say, sets the mood for, these things are fucking annoying, but yeah, it just kind of sets a different mood. It's just like, there's virtually nothing here, aside from, of course, some of Alucard's equipment's in here, but also you've got, like, maybe a Venus weed here or there, I think. But, it's just a neat area just because the, it's like, there's really nothing here, and... it just makes it seem like a creepier area. It's like, oh, what the hell is, actually past here, that we don't want to fucking see. It's like there's literally nothing here. Just a bunch of bats and stuff like that. Just makes it seem like it's a much, it's a much more, challenge area. Well, not really challenging area. It's just, I would almost consider it almost like a form of, like, maybe... Well, not quite foreshadowing necessarily, but basically what I'm getting at is it's just, it's kind of making you think, wow, what the hell's in the next area that, this place is like a fucking ghost town for. Okay. Yeah, and it is a bit of a bitch to get around sometimes. I mean, unless you're, just going around as mist or whatever. You can do your stomp here. That's kind of useful. Yeah, Power of Sire. And we'll just go up here and into the floating catacombs. But yeah, this is an interesting place. I mean, it's just kind of filled with really enemies that just fucking suck. I mean, they're just oh fucking damn it. You know what? I'm probably gonna regret this, but yeah, I just realized I haven't gone into the entrance yet, and there's kind of something I'd like to have here, but I'll give it a shot. If it's too much of a pain in the ass, I'll come back, but yeah, the boss here is gonna kind of suck.